Hey, what's up, YouTube? Dark Simon here, coming at you guys with another video. Like, the deck performed how I wanted it to. It's a going second deck. I just literally blind second, and then, yeah, like, literally, like, I'll just show you guys, I'll explain the card choices. So, this deck, I ended up just calling it Machines and Things, just because it's literally just a bunch of machines and some things. And I wanted to play it just because it lets me play Machina Fortress. If you guys have been with my channel since the very beginning, that's literally the first deck I played, and it's just super close to my heart. I'm gonna get Machina Fortress here tattooed on my body at some point in my life. So let's like I'll show you guys. Stay tuned for that. But yeah, so like I said, I wanted to play Machina Fortress and his big brother Machina Citadel. So I'll go through the deck and then I'll just explain some things. So these two cards, they let you play Urgent Schedule. Obviously, like that card is really busted. It creates so many pluses for you, and it lets you obviously blind second essentially, right? But I ended up playing two of, I guess, different ones just because one I didn't want to just draw and then have nothing, but at the same time they both serve their purpose. Obviously, Citadel becomes like a like I want to say like an interruption, but it's always accessible. You can just obviously dump it to the graveyard at any point. If you guys don't know what he does, he just summons himself from the graveyard when the machine is popped, and then you contribute a machine, and then it just basically board wipes the board. Machina Fortress actually super necessary in this deck just because you can discard him or another machine as long as it equals 8 or more, and then summon him back. Machina Fortress becomes like I was saying, it becomes like a big extender just because it lets you dump like all your orcas into the graveyard, and I don't know, it's just super like necessary. Like I said, it just becomes like another way to just get rid of everything. It's a free body, 25 beat stick. The other effects are not really relevant, but they do come up. Where if he's destroyed by battle, he pops a card, and then if they target him, I can look at the hand and then essentially what's it called, get rid of a card from their hand. So it's really good. Yeah. So that's what they play. So 1-1, and like I said, playing the deck because of them. Shout out to the homies. Um, so this is the Orcus part of the deck. So I play two Nightmare, one Bombard, just because like sometimes like you need the what's it called to get like the Nightmare out of your hand or the skeleton, etc. So sometimes you gotta play it. I don't want to play more than two Nightmare. Just it's not necessary. One skeleton and then one wand. So again, like I just don't want to draw like a lot of this engine because it's just not necessary, and you have access to all of this. Like after turn one, you just go through all of it like super simple. Like so yeah, so you just don't want more. And then one Gizmic Orochi, another like just machine that you could just get access to, and then once you have them, obviously you could always just summon them back. Uh, like super good when it comes like to playing around Nibiru, just because you're able to summon him like during the battle phase and stuff like that. So yeah, so like that's it for the Orcus engine. I try to keep it small. I just don't want to draw this engine. Obviously, you want to what's it called? Be able to just dump it off, and then that's another reason I'm like that I play. So I ended up playing 51 cards, just because there's so many cards in this deck that you just don't want to draw, and a lot of your engine pieces, like a lot of the scrap engine, you just don't want to draw multiples of it because it doesn't do anything for you. You only really need the one, and then like obviously you get access to everything. So that's why I ended up playing 51 cards, just to kind of like minimize like the bad hands, because like I said, all you really need is one, and if they stop you, like you do need a second one, but it's like whatever. You have so many ways to get to your engine, so yeah. So three Scrap Raptor. This is the new card. This card's really busted. It gives you access obviously to Scrap Recycler, which enables everything in your deck. It searches everything, it dumps everything. It's super broken. This is literally the card. So you want access to this, and this is what I also play triple Fossil Dig. What's it called for the Scrap Raptor? Obviously, it's a dinosaur. If you didn't know, but it just provides everything. And then I didn't play Scrapyard just because that's too many engine. Like it's way too much. Like at that point, I would have to play like 60 cards, and I just don't want to do that. Again, I just don't want to draw like multiples of this. I just want one, or I could get it with Urgent Schedule. So you have 12 ways to get it to it. And like I said, I just don't want to draw multiples. And also, I think if I would play Scrapyard, I would probably play Orthoros, but it's just not necessary. Like I said, this is fine, and you don't gotta spend the money on Scrapyard. So there's that, and then two Golem to go with it. Like I was playing one, but this thing comes up a lot, especially because I play the scrapyard. What's it called? Here, let me get it. So, sorry, scrap factory. So this is another way to just get another scrap monster. So there's so many scenarios where you just need the second fridge, and then having access to this just makes like it opens up your deck like so much. And again, you just don't want to draw this like ever. Like, and I draw him a lot, like a lot. So I just want access to him all the time. I don't want to not be able to combo off. And then, like I said, Scrap Factory, it's another extender, so it's really really good. And then you play one of the Kriston Rosenix. So basically, this is literally the combo with like Scrap. What's it called? With Scrap Recycler. If you guys don't know how the combo works, basically you go Scrap Recycler, you send Rosenix, you banish Rosenix to make a token, you synchro the Scrap Recycler and that to make your Wyvern. Wyvern gets you back this, it pops itself, and then whatever cards. So usually you like again you blind second because you want to be able to pop their cards. It summons Golem from your deck. Golem brings back Scrap Recycler. Scrap Recycler dumps something, and then you can link off into Lib, and then Lib get effect, set your what's it called, World Legacy Succession, and then you just go off from there because you're able to bring back Golem again to make like, and it creates so many pluses, and obviously at that point you kind of create the line of play that you want to go through, depending on your opponent's board. So what's it called? So yeah, so there's that. So we'll go through with that, and then this shout out to the homie Edgar. This is his kind of take on another card. So I play the three purple, one blue sky just to get to your Gearsus. So essentially, this was another engine that I ended up putting in the deck just because. Again, shout out to Edgar because he was the one that like what was it called came up with it. So basically, going second, obviously, like the Mega Knights are just broken. Like when you go second, so you always want to have access to them. And then they search this out, so basically, like it just becomes like another free body, and it just gives you another normal summon outside of like Scrap Recycler, that is just really good depending on what your engine you have. So again, these guys just come up so much. It's a free body. It gets over Winda. It just lets you deal with stuff that you normally can't deal with. And then this guy is just ridiculous. Like the Gearsu is just super super dumb. And then I do play the three dangers just because again, it's just like a way to get things out of your hand, and then they become free bodies, obviously. But outside of that, like it's just another extender that lets you play through Nib, that lets you play like just through everything because like you're able to set up Appaloosa before it becomes relevant, I guess, to like what's it called? I guess hurt you enough, right? Because like you're able to set it up before, and if they do it before, you have so many extenders. And then by that point, you dump like Nightmare and stuff like that. So even if they do it, like you're completely fine. Like, and you're gonna just go off anyways. Like it becomes really bad for them. And then these are the cards I ended up putting to make the deck bigger. I just wanted to draw cards that are good going second, because you only really need like one or two cards to go off. So I ended up playing double Impermanence. This is probably to me is probably the best hand trap, followed by double Phantasma, which is to me is the second best hand trap. Nibiru, third best hand trap. Ash Blossom, fourth best, and then finally the Ghost Bells. So it's 10 hand traps to make the deck bigger. I rather draw some of these instead of drawing what's it called more engine pieces that are not going to do anything in my hand. So I just want to have things that just let me blind second, and then like having access to different ones is really good. Just because like obviously different ones come in different scenarios, and right now with the way the format is, you want to have doubles. Or I mean, two hand traps to stop like Drytron and everything like that. So yeah, and then triple urgent schedule. Ignore this. What's it called? I was borrowing the third one. So urgent schedule, obviously like broken. If you guys don't know what it does, it basically if your opponent has more monsters than you summon two, one level 4 lower, and then one, I believe it's 5 or higher. Yeah, so 5 or higher Earth monsters. So you summon Citadel or Machina Fortress if your hand's full of like nightmares and stuff. And then you get your Scrap Recycler, and then you full combo them. Like, this card is just super nutty. And then also, like, if you blow it up, you can search your deck for a level 10, so you can get, like, Citadel. You can also side in, like, the Kaiju, the what's it called, the level 10 Machine Kaiju, so you're able to, like, search that out as well. But, yeah, so it just gives you something to pop if you do happen to go first, like, if they make you. But most of the time, obviously, you blind second, and this card is just ridiculous. The 51st card was actually called by the grave. Obviously, this card becomes like a pseudo trap card, like on their turn, but on your turn, it lets everything flow. So yeah. So one monster born, one foolish, one legacy succession. So basically, these are all what's it called, extenders. Obviously, this is searchable, and then these two just come up if you need them. And then one instant fusion. It's part of the combo. You're able to end on Winda, protected, and then yeah. So this card is dumb. Then one orchestrated return, one Babel, and one Crescendo. These are just obviously searchable through Galatea. They all like in one of just because I don't want to draw multiples of each, and then this thing and like you only really play 5, so like well outside of the gear suit, but I'd rather summon that. So basically, it's not necessary, but you're able to search this out, so might as well if you ever need to. You know, it comes up sometimes. I'll go through the side deck first, and then I'll like show you guys my side afterwards. So for the extra deck, so it's 2 scrap Rywinds. I want to play the second one just because if they stop the first one, I want to just have access to 2. This card is just super dumb. Like it's ridiculous. If you guys don't know what it does, I'll read it to you guys. So basically, you can target 1 scrap monster in the graveyard, spell summon it, then destroy 1 card you control. So basically, you summon the scrap recycler, you pop itself. If another face-up scrap monster is destroyed, while this card, while you control this card, what's it called? You can spell summon 1 scrap monster from your deck. So basically, pop scrap recycler, summon golem, then destroy 1 card on the field. That could be yours or theirs. So you want to go seconds, you can pop their cards. And yeah, this card is really, really dumb. 2 Galateas, and then 1 Girsu. So these are just obviously for the Orcus package. I never needed 3 of this or 2 of this. This is just all you need. You put it back everything. 1 Verde Anaconda, and then 1 Winda. So basically you go instant fusion into Winda, and then obviously you have like the Girsu with the Galatea. So basically you just put it over the Galatea, and then you summon the Verde Anaconda to summon the Winda, and then in the end phase you protect the Winda from being destroyed, and then you can send like your Galatea to summon it back with a skeleton on their turn. So yeah, this becomes a really good engine. At least to me, I love the engine, especially because you can protect it with your ding. So yeah, and then 1 lib for the combo is just another extender, broken. It also bounces a monster, so you're able to like have this with like IP Masquerena, and then like on their turn like make something, and then just like be able to get rid of stuff as well. 1 barricade blocker. It comes up sometimes to get rid of things from your hand. Unicorn is an interruption on their turn with IP, and then the Link Force, so 1 Boral to kill them, Access Code to kill them, Appaloosa to kill them, and then Abramax if you need it. Like this is probably like a flexible spot. I might cut it just because it's like not as necessary right now, but it's still really good. Like it's super hard to deal with, especially if you make it with like IP. It becomes really difficult. So yeah, so there's that. So that's it for the extra deck, and then for the side deck finally. Obviously the side deck is just whatever you want it to be. Everything is local preference. You want to be able to just deal with the meta that surrounds you. But this is for me. So I play triple Droll and Lockbird just to stop what's it called, the Drytron deck. I want that deck just to not be able to obviously kill me, and then like that deck's super easy to beat if they don't make the Herald obviously. So yeah, and this card, that's the only time you need it. I don't want to play it in the main deck because it's only good against that deck. Triple Twin, triple Evenly, 1 Harpies Feather Duster, 1 Red Reboot, and 1 Pankrotop. This is all literally for back row decks. I just hate that. I hate back row decks because hand traps don't really stop them, obviously. So I just want to be able to just have other ways to completely shut them down. And these cards all shut them down like bad. Like those matchups become free. And the thing is, they want to go first, so you just beat them with like back row. And if they make you go first, that's obviously they're gonna mess up because you're gonna do so much to them, and then you're still gonna have all that stuff in hand. So yeah, and then triple Dark Ruler no more. So when they do go off, and you don't have a way to stop them, at least on your turn, you're able to clear the board, make a board, and then just end the game with Appaloosa and everything. Especially after you take away the resources. And yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed it, guys. Have a wonderful day.